It's game day, baby. New York Jets, Buffalo Bills, week 2, NFL insider Matt Lombardo. What more could you want? We're going to get you ready for game day, baby. Let's roll.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Let's go, baby. Yes, I'm Paul Lesnar Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. And I just want to say this right off the top. I'm wearing this Garrett Wilson jersey. You may be like, oh, that's very nice, a Garrett Wilson jersey. Who doesn't like a Garrett Wilson jersey? But the last time this Garrett Wilson jersey was in the hands of anybody was Garrett Wilson. When I was with him at Jets Giant Joy practice, he autographed, he gave his Herbie Hancock on the back of this thing, and ever since it's just been folded up. I haven't worn it. And then today I'm like, today's the day. Strap on. And we've got it. So this is the first time this jersey's been worn since it was in the beautiful hands of one Garrett Wilson. That's got to be something superstitious or at least stitious. We'll see if that works. Let's go to our special guest every game day here. It's our NFL insider extraordinaire, Matt Lombardo, and there's a direct link in the YouTube description down below that takes you immediately to his Substack so you can get more Matt Lombardo all the time. Let's bring him in. What's up, Matt? Good morning.
Garrett Wilson breakout day. I feel it. 7 catches, 95 yards, and a score last week. The Justin Fields Garrett Wilson has to strengthen with you rocking the jersey today, Paul.
That's simply the science and math of it. I don't make the rules, but that's what I am led to understand. So we can only hope for that for all your fantasy football teams out there. MFC, baby, gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership right off the top rope. MFC, you have 10 raffle tickets to our contest this month, so congratulations, good sir. EJ just got that membership to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Appreciate you, MFC. And Matt, this is the start of a marathon, baby. We're doing it for another week. 5+ hours of live streaming. We've got the Boy Green Daily. We've got the 3-4 hour live stream of the game. We'll have the post-game show. It's going to be a crazy day, but there's no one I'd rather start it with than Matt Lombardo.
Yeah, man, nothing beats an NFL Sunday. The 5-hour live stream, it's appointment television. If you're a Jets fan, perfect complement, a second screen, if you will, to the game. And over here, we'll be in the command center with 3 TVs rolling. It's my favorite kind of NFL Sunday, Paul, where there are only 3 4 o'clock games. So in the 4 o'clock hour, I have access to 3 full games to be breaking down and analyzing and talking about for the column tomorrow. No red zone in the afternoon window here. We're going to be zeroing in on some of those afternoon matchups. I can't wait.
Blessed be he. And I'll tell you, Matt, I am sure that one of those TVs was dedicated to our beautiful green and white last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, that game's in the past. It was last week, and we don't have to get to the X's and O's of that one, but some of the things we can learn. What are some lessons that the Jets, quite frankly, need to learn to have any hope against this Buffalo Bills team? The Jets are a massive underdog at home, depending on your book of choice, 8.5, 7.5, 6.5. The line's been floating for the Jets. But what did they do wrong last week against the Steelers? In your opinion, they need to correct?
Yeah, Paul, I think that when you look at what they did offensively, they leaned into their identity. They leaned into what Justin Fields does best, kind of what we talked about last Sunday morning. Get him out of the pocket, use his mobility to set up the big plays. Brees Hall, for all the talk about Braylon Allen being a challenge for running back one, he goes out, busts out for 107 yards and a score last week. Looks like running back one. The defense, I thought the third down defense was fine. If you can hold every opponent every week to somewhere from 4 of 10 on third downs, you're going to limit long drives. You're going to limit some of the damage. But man, if you're a franchise that wants to be optimistic, if you're a defense that wants to make a move, if you're a team that wants to be competitive, you simply cannot allow 3 for 3 in the red zone. You can't allow the red zone to be the green zone, so to speak. You can't allow teams to get into the 20 and know that it's a guaranteed touchdown. And it's not going to get any easier today against Josh Allen, against the loaded Buffalo Bills. And you look at what they did. Everybody talks about the comeback on Sunday night, and rightfully so, as frenetic as it was. They were 5 of 7 in the red zone against the Baltimore Ravens. And a lot of that came late, but in the big spots of big games, they made their biggest plays of the night. So if you're the Jets, you got to really tighten up that red zone defense if you want to have a chance.
Yeah, I was listening to the one-on-one interview, which is going to be playing for you guys this morning on the local Jets CBS affiliates. But there was a one-on-one interview between Jets senior reporter Eric Allen and Jets defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. And Steve Wilks believes that a lot of the Jets' issues were self-inflicted, and some of those big gaps in coverage are not because Aaron Rodgers diagnosed the Jets defense beautifully, which in a way, obviously he did, but that the Jets can correct it, and that can lead to more success. So some of those things you just painted are things they can control. So let's see, of course, if they could do that, because that feels like that's going to be a big key against the Buffalo Bills. Now, I just dropped the story about this, before our show here. There's been some bold words uttered from a member of the New York Jets. So hopefully it's too late for bulletin board material to be ushered here because of how this all works. But Tony Adams, who's a player that Jet fans are not really fond of right now for a lot of the mistakes he made, including last week, several missed tackles, he told ESPN's Rich Cimini this morning, he told him previous to that, but the column came out this morning, that it's time for a change. And one of the changes he wants to see is the Jets winning the division. He put out this comment, which I'm about to throw up on your screen. And again, we have a full column on Heavy on Jets about this and some other stuff from the matchup. And it is this: it's time to win the division, Tony Adams told ESPN's Rich Cimini. It's time for things to change. That's what Aaron Glenn always preaches. It's time for things to change. So what do you make of Tony Adams' comments about the Jets winning the division and that it's time to do so for the green and white?
I mean, Paul, we talked about this over the summer with Aaron Glenn coming in, right? It's about changing the culture. It's about, establishing a winning attitude. It's about, fortifying what you do best, especially defensively, to impose your will on opposing offenses, to do things like make the playoffs and win the division. I don't know if the timing is right. I don't know if Tony Adams coming out and saying this, leading into a game against the Buffalo Bills. You talk about bulletin board material; they could be getting on the bus from the Ritz Carlton in Manhattan and looking at this on their phone and saying, "Oh, win the division. We'll see about that." So it's never too late for the bulletin board material in the year of our Lord 2025. I love the confidence. I think if you're looking to spark your locker room, say those things in meetings, say those things in the locker room, say those things to your teammates. I don't know that the Jets have done enough to make those sort of comments in the media before, especially a game against Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah, there's several things here. Now, let me just put this out there. The Jets haven't won the division since 2002, so some people could say, good Lord, it's never going to happen, or that they're due. You could also make that argument, and hopefully, blessed be he, that is what's going to happen here. But, I mean, come on here. Like, we're Jets people. There's a Jets show. Okay, of course. But not only have the Bills won the AFC 5 years in a row, so New England getting beaten over our head, and then, oh, the Bills. Now, Bills 5 years in a row. The Bills won the division so dominantly last season that the Jets are going to have to overcome a lot of hoopla here to see if they can get into this thing, and they're going to have to prove it. For instance, last season, the Buffalo Bills became the first team since 2009 to clinch a division title with 5+ games left in the regular season. What does that mean? The Bills are so dominant in their division that for the last month, the puppy was on cruise control because the division had already won, which meant the rest of the division sucked. So, there's going to be some things to overcome here for the New York Jets, and specifically as it pertains to the Buffalo Bills. Unfortunately, while the Jets have played them more competitively than some of the other teams in our division, and there's something to be said for that, Buffalo has won 3 in a row in this series, 4 of the last 5 and 8 of the last 10. So they have exerted their dominance here. But Tony Adams, I like the cut of your jib, pal, and we'll see if perhaps that can spin some things around, which would be nice. But yeah, there's been some utter Bills domination recently, so it's time for the Jets, if they want to do it, to make it happen. Look at this, our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby, sending in a $5 Euro super chat. I like it. Wow. What you gonna do when Boy Green, the Coffee Club, and Matt Lombardo runs wild on you, brother? Bills. Sorry, I got a little Hulk Hogan on you there. But okay, what are you gonna do when we run wild? And Matt, I know you saw it last week because we popped it up on Instagram. Shout out to Lou B, Super Jets fan, with the Sprinter at MetLife Stadium with the DJ booth and everything. What was playing? No, not music. Boy Green Daily to the Jets masses there at MetLife Stadium, and we could be having that happen again right now.
I was going to bring that up. I was going to give a shout out to the people out in East Rutherford at MetLife getting ready for the game. Really cool to see Boy Green Daily being broadcast across the tailgate lots. If you're tailgating, post it on Instagram. Tag Boy Green. Tag me at Matt Lombardo NFL on Instagram and YouTube. We want to see the people getting ready, gearing up, knowing what they're up against today by watching our show. Very, very cool to see.
1,000%. So please tag me. I'm glad that Luby tagged me because I just happened to look at it. I'm like, oh, cool. He's showing me the Sprinter. And he came around the bend. I'm like, wait a second. Is that Boy Green Daily on the screen? To all these Jet fans in attendance. I was like, man, that's humbling. That's super cool. And I'm glad you guys, of course, are taking in the show. Matt Lombardo joins us every single game day, which, as it appears, or Sundays rather, so most of the season for the Jets, at least this year. That's going to be mostly Sundays outside of a rare few examples. Week 4, Monday Night Football. There's a Thursday Night Football sprinkled in there, but for the most part, it's going to be some Jets Sundays spent with me, you, and Matt Lombardo there. So, Austrian Jet fan, thank you so much, and you've picked up 2 additional raffle tickets for our contest, bringing you to an even 60-pack. You're absolutely killing it this month, and we truly appreciate that from the high heavens. The Jets, let's talk about some injury news here, Matt. First off, we'll go to the biggie, which was the Buffalo Bills, and thank you again, number one Austrian Jet fan, for that as well. The big one is the Buffalo Bills. I was told by Bills people that Ed Oliver looked like the most dominant player in football in week 1 across anything. And he happens to get his foot stepped on in practice. And oh my goodness, Ed Oliver is out for this game. Wow, Matt, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's a colossal loss for the Buffalo Bills. Arguably a top 5 interior defensive lineman across the NFL. And I think that when you look at what they do well, he's a tone setter up front for that Bills defense. And I think that when you look at what the Jets do in terms of wanting to run the football, in terms of wanting to get downhill in a hurry, this is the kind of loss for the Bills that could crack the door open for the New York Jets. I mean, you look at even the Eagles' defense without Jalen Carter against the Dallas Cowboys in the opener last week. Completely different defense. When they didn't have that penetration up front, up the middle, the edge rushers just weren't effective. They couldn't generate the same sort of pressure on Dak Prescott. It would not surprise me to see the Jets be able to have even more success running the football against Ed Oliver, maybe being able to set the tone, create some long drives, churn out some yards. I'm not saying this is the type of injury that can swing the outcome, but it certainly makes the game a lot more competitive. And I'm surprised the line hasn't moved even further, a little bit pulling back towards the Jets' perspective in this game, where you could be talking about this as a field goal game either way, rather than a touchdown game by losing Ed Oliver.
Yeah, I've been, of course, and I will say this on a week-to-week basis, I try to consume as much content as possible leading into a game so we're as prepared for the 5+ hours of live streaming that are required. And a lot of Bills people went, we don't need Ed Oliver, it's the Jets. We don't need him. Take the week off, buddy. So you want bulletin board material, you're a Jets guy. You have it right there. They're coming in your house as if you need any bulletin board material. This division winner 5 years in a row, one of the best teams in football, Super Bowl favorite, reigning MVP Josh Allen. They've got a lot going for them, of course. So, hey, let's see if they can turn this into something. The key is taking advantage of it. We talked about this a couple of days ago, but last year the Jets got the ultimate gift from the football gods. Leading into the season opener, Christian McCaffrey got rolled out surprisingly right before that Monday Night Football game. Jet fans like, oh man, sweet, what a gift. And some guy named Jordan Mason ran 150 yards all over the Jets. And didn't matter that Christian McCaffrey was gone because the Jets lost by multiple scores. So just because Ed Oliver is out does not guarantee that the Jets will win. It certainly helps your efforts, but you have to take advantage, certainly, of those efforts. Positive news, this just came out from NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo, respectively. Mason Taylor, he is going to play in this game for the Jets. That's big news for the Jets because during training camp, he had a high ankle sprain, missed a week, which was an incredible recovery time for Taylor considering that injury. And then he re-injured the same ankle this week, which left a lot of us going, oh boy, that might be a while. And then boom, he's ready to go. Aaron Glenn has, championed his toughness. And it seems that way. And boy, he's around a lot of footballers there, Matt. His father, Jason Taylor, Hall of Famer. His uncle, Zach Thomas, Hall of Famer. So he's around a lot of guys. But Mason Taylor only had one catch for 20 yards last week. He could be another key in this game, getting more of that juice offensively.
Yeah, I think you need to involve a guy like Mason Taylor. You drafted him for the athleticism. You drafted him for the ability to make a big play after the catch. And for all we talk about Justin Fields in the ground game last week, and he was pretty special with the 48 yards and the 2 rushing touchdowns. 16 to 22 for 218 and a touchdown and a 119 passer rating. You'll take that from Justin Fields, right? You'll take that every week if that's what you're supporting your running game with. If you're going to be a run first team and only 6 passes hit the ground and at least 2 or 3 of those are throwaways, you're going to feel pretty good about that. But I think it's what happens on those passing plays after the catch with Garrett Wilson, with the big explosives down the field, with a Mason Taylor, with a Ty Johnson. You need to get the playmakers to do their part after the catch. I mean, you look at last week, a couple big plays. In the receiving game, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, both 30-yard catches, Johnson with a 24. You need more of that explosiveness if you're going to capitalize on teams pushing their safeties up near the line of scrimmage to respect your running game. Mason Taylor, he did it a lot in college. Got to see more of that from him in the offense moving forward starting today.
All right, we'll get back into Jets Bills in just a second, but a story was so pressing that we just sort of have to work it in here into the show. Good buddy of the program, Gary Myers, which a big shout out to you guys. If you guys do not know, he'll be joining us on Friday on our Bob Lederer show. He's a great friend of the program, and he'll talk about his new book that's down here in this area behind the Paul and the Boy over here. His brand new book, Brady versus Belichick, which I'm sure Jet fans are going to love to hear, that dynasty debate. But also he's coming on to talk about some Jet senior Hall of Fame candidates and things of that nature. Anywho, he does a brand new Saturday show called the Saturday Huddle on ESPN New York, and he used to cover the Dallas Cowboys. Great relationship with Jerry Jones. He had Jerry Jones on ESPN New York yesterday, and basically with this relationship, he was able to sort of coax it out of Jerry Jones that Jerry actually called the New York Jets this offseason. He initiated the talks to the Jets, which interestingly must say something about something that Jerry was the one that had to call the Jets. The Jets didn't call Jerry, but that's neither here nor there. But he called the Jets seeking a Micah Parsons trade, and here is what we are believed to have been Micah Parsons in exchange for Quinnen Williams and at least 1 first-round pick, probably 2 based on the conversation. Jerry didn't, he sort of talked around it, and you have to put the pieces together. But let me ask you, Matt, because obviously it's over now. Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer, so this isn't going to change anything for the now. But that Jerry Jones called the Jets about a Cowboys Micah Parsons trade where the Jets would have had to give up Quinnen Williams and at least 1, probably multiple first-round picks. They obviously told Jerry to pack it, and that trade was declined. But did they make the right move or the wrong move? NFL insider Matt Lombardo, in hindsight, now looking back and knowing this information as we know it here on your screen.
Yeah, so a couple things here. One, I think that this tells us that Jerry Jones was aggressive in trying to trade Micah Parsons even before moving into the Green Bay Packers. Number two, this would have been a better deal for the Dallas Cowboys. If it's 2 first-round picks and Quinnen Williams, you get a younger player, you
Right.
get a player probably who fits their needs more than what they wound up getting from the Green Bay Packers. And the 2 first-round picks are going to be better first-round picks than what Green Bay is going to be trading them based on what the Packers look like. So those are the 2 really big picture takeaways. Did the Jets do the right thing by turning this down? No, I don't believe that they did, because when you look at Micah Parsons, he has singularly taken that team from a wild card caliber team in the NFC that could fight for the NFC North to potentially being the team to beat in the NFC. They are a Super Bowl caliber, Super Bowl or bust kind of team in Green Bay with Micah Parsons. And if you take Parsons, even if you're giving up 2 first-round picks, if you believe that Justin Fields can be your quarterback, that he can be competent enough moving forward, and you don't need to take a quarterback next year, Micah Parsons immediately elevates the Jets into the playoff conversation. He's a transcendent talent. He's a culture driver. He is a force multiplier, as we're seeing with the Green Bay Packers. And if you're looking to build a team that can have sustained success over the next 3 to 4 years, you need players like Micah Parsons as the foundation. I'm not even sure outside of Sauce Gardner. I'm not even sure outside of Garrett Wilson. I'm not even sure who those foundational players are on the Jets roster right now that you can look to and say that those are sure things, top of their position type of players, difference makers. Micah Parsons is that guy. If the Jets had that opportunity, you have to wonder. We talked about the comments from Tony Adams about it being a time to change and it's time to win the division. You speed up that process with Micah Parsons. Without him, you're hoping that you can build quick enough and simultaneously enough that it happens as the Bills start to backslide. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow, thinking that Micah Parsons was sitting in your lap and he winds up in Green Bay instead.
Yeah, it is crazy to hear all this now and go, wow, that Micah Parsons was this close to becoming a Jet. All it required from the Jets was to say yes, and that he would have been a Jet. A couple of things here. I have gone back and forth on this. Obviously, when we talked about it, it's like, oh man, Micah Parsons, oh boy, generational talent. How could you? Because we talked about this weeks before, like, oh, should they? When it was in conversation that maybe he could be traded, and we
Just
talked.
imagine Micah Parsons and Will McDonald, as dominant as McDonald looked last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
You have them on two sides. There's your pass rush duo.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is what you said at the back end of your answer is that obviously the Jets would have had to make this trade before the season started, so we wouldn't have seen that Justin Fields debut that has a lot of people feeling even more optimistic and positive, at least outside the building. I'm sure they knew inside the building. So the thing is that if Justin Fields doesn't work out, I believe he's going to. I'm excited. Week 1 was a great, like, hey, everybody, in your face. See, you didn't think you could do it. So I feel really good about it. But it's not a guaranteed lock that he's absolutely franchise quarterback, but all of a sudden you're feeling good about it. If he flops and you traded 2 of your future ones the next 2 years for Micah Parsons, then you have no direct way to acquire a quarterback. So hope or whatever is lost in the next 2 years if Fields does not prove to be the guy. You're like, son of a, we don't have a quarterback. We have no way to acquire that quarterback. So I feel like that's the only reason for me that I think and I love Quinnen personally. He's 27 and looks great and looked great in week 1. Micah Parsons is a different freak, but that's the only thing for me that made me go, you know what? The Jets said no. It makes sense to say no if you don't know the quarterback thing. If you knew Justin was the guy, oh my God, you do that trade because Micah
Yeah.
Parsons is a freak. So yeah, but boy, this will be a moving what if question.
You can always shake a tree and find the new Baker Mayfield. You can always shake a tree and find the lightning in a bottle Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
There are many ways to find a quarterback, right? And I
that's
know
true.
it's difficult, and I know that for a franchise that has been scorned in the draft at the top of the draft with quarterbacks, I know that there hasn't been a lot of stability in New York. But I just think that when you have the opportunity to bring in a player who's making the kind of impact in Green Bay that Micah Parsons is, and you start to envision that impact in a division where you get the Dolphins, who are in disarray twice, right? Where
Yeah,
you become the prohibitive favorites and not just toss-ups in those games. When you talk about actually being able to challenge the Buffalo Bills, when you talk about what you can do with Micah Parsons in a scheme that's built on front four pressure and limited blitzing. I don't know, man. He could have been the piece that makes the Jets an elite defense. Could have been.
yeah, it could have been. And here's the thing, and talk about how thin this line is, right? So Jets say no. The Cowboys don't immediately trade him to the Packers. There's some time that transpires.
Yeah.
And NFL insider Diana Rossini shared that 2 teams in the AFC East were far more aggressive than the Jets. They didn't wait for the Cowboys to call them. They called the Cowboys. That was the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots, who apparently, aggressively tried to get Parsons. It didn't happen, so they must have not liked it. I'm sure if the Cowboys would have loved in a perfect world to send Micah to the AFC, that didn't end up transpiring. So not only could the Jets have said no to Parsons, but they could have been now seeing him twice a year and saying no. And then the story comes out, and Micah's like, "Oh, you didn't want me? Boom! and extra, hoopla coming at them. So thank God, blessed be He. Enjoy him on the Green Bay Packers in the NFC conference as far away as possible. And hey, the Jets were supposed to play Parsons this year, week 5 in our Jets Cowboys game we're going to. Now we're not. Now we don't have to see him until the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. So that is,
Yeah, Paul, I'll say this, and I wrote about this in my Friday mailbag. If you have the chance, I'm not sure if the Packers are on Thursday Night Football again, but if you have the chance to watch the Prime Vision All 22 and watch Micah Parsons, it feels like that feed, that broadcast, that camera was made for Micah Parsons. There's things that Jeff Halfley, the defensive coordinator, is doing in terms of stunts and exotic blitz concepts and rush packages and the way that Parsons is executing them. It is a thing. It is a thing of football beauty to watch unfold.
that it is. It was, again, incredible to watch, and he's only going to get better the more
Yeah.
comfortable he gets with them, for sure. But I definitely want to bring that up on the show, seeing that yesterday. Matt, let's unload the rest of the notebook here. What else on this either Jets-Bills matchup or anything on your docket that you'd like to share here?
Yeah, I think there's a really interesting trend in terms of teams that play the Ravens the prior week that the Jets are kind of running into with the Buffalo Bills. Last year, the Ravens played 9 games against playoff opponents. Those teams were 4-5 the following week. And one of those wins was the Washington Commanders taking on Bryce Young and the lowly Carolina Panthers. So you kind of skew one of those wins just a little bit here. But you look at how physical that game was. When you look at how physical the Ravens play on both sides of the football, where you're just getting belted over the head with the battering ram that is Derrick Henry and a physical punishing defense, it takes a bit of a toll on you. And the fact that those 9 playoff games, 4-5 playoff teams the following week, just something to keep an eye on for the Bills going into this matchup against a division opponent on the road against the Jets.
That is fascinating. I like it, Matt. You bring these deeper level statistics and things to the table. So, hey, I mean, but if we're being like, and that's a great stat. And then let's just go in my touchy feely sandbox here, where it's not about stats or anything; it's just about feelings and instincts. The Buffalo Bills are just in this dramatic AFC Championship rematch where they spent a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Eventually, coming back, they were down 15 with 4 minutes to go, so they had to go all out for 60-plus minutes. They had a fully padded practice earlier this week, which apparently is where Ed Oliver got hurt with an unfortunate teammate stepping on his foot and that causing the injury. And now we're here. How could there not possibly be, at least at the beginning of the game, some sort of a letdown from all the energy exhausted? So if you're the Jets, you're at home, the energy's firing up. That seems like the premier time to get after the Buffalo Bills and put them in a position where they got to do it all over again, get them down quickly 10-0 or something, or 13-0. And all of a sudden Buffalo has to start to try to, unwield the magic of, all right, we got to try to make an effort here and do these kind of things. I think that might be the key, basically based off of what that Ravens game was, because boy, that seemed like an action-packed game that required a lot of effort.
So you're saying Breece Hall up the middle, Garrett Wilson on a 9 route as your first 3 plays? Is that what we're calling here?
That sounds like a pretty winning formula to me, Matt Lombardo, if you're asking me. I like it. Hey, big props to Tanner Engstrand. First-time NFL play caller. He was in his bag week 1, but now the Bills have studied all that tape. So they think you're going to zig. It's time to zag. Let's see what else is available there, or perhaps zig again. Hey, we're going to run the football. We're going to run it right here. And based on the 300 yards you just gave up, I don't think you're going to be able to stop us. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe that's a strategy. I'll be fascinated to see it, Matt Lombardo. I'll be fascinated to see.
I think it's going to be one of the more compelling games of the day. I mean, you look at the storylines across the NFL this Sunday of the Super Bowl rematch in Kansas City. It's a game sneakily that the Chiefs kind of need this early in the year, especially after the last 2 games in New Orleans and Brazil. I love the drama in Detroit with Ben Johnson going back with Caleb Williams and the Bears to take on the Lions. You have this game, really compelling matchup, sneakily compelling in the 4 o'clock window we touched on. Colts Broncos. Daniel Jones and the Colts, are they real? Was it a mirage? How good can the Broncos defense be? It is going to be another really fun Sunday, and excited to see what we can put together for the column tomorrow morning on the site.
which is great. Let's give another plug for Between the Hash Marks here, Matt Lombardo. We have a direct link in the YouTube description down below. You click that, it transports you in some sort of a mythical land. All of a sudden, you're in a DeLorean, but you don't go back in time. You go immediately parked up to the driveway of Matt Lombardo. So, Matt, when they click and transport to that place, what are they going to get? What is the pitch for those people out in our audience?
Yeah, you can see all the content we have this week that we're pretty proud of. The column for Monday morning, the podcast with my colleague Mike Tanier, where we chatted with Buffalo Bills legend Lorenzo Alexander about Josh Allen, about that comeback, about some of the big storylines across the league. If you're looking for some advanced scouting on today's game, Josh Allen wrote about the comeback, wrote about how his legacy in a lot of ways was defined by that performance. I spoke not only to Alexander, but also Quincy Avery, quarterback coach and passing guru, for that piece. And the mailbag on Friday was loaded with insight from executives and coaches inside the league on Caleb Williams, on how players view the Cowboys off of the really contentious CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons negotiations over the last few weeks. And, if you're an NFL fan, if you used to read the Peter King Football Morning in America or Monday Morning Quarterback,
Yes.
the inspiration for 4 downs each Monday morning is what Peter did best, and that was contextualizing the top stories across the league, the biggest performances, the biggest moments. I reach out to former players, executives, scouts who might be in the building at these games to get their insight on what they saw, how they see things playing out. It's a piece of work that I'm proud of every week. I think people enjoy. So if you want to check it out, come check out Between the Hash Marks and come join the huddle.
Yeah, there you go, baby. Guys, make sure you check it out. Take a gander, browse around the shop. Feel free to do so. Again, that's in the direct YouTube link down below. Matt, we always appreciate you getting to join us every Sunday for the last couple of months and then all the way through the season. This is going to be special. So thank you, as always, for taking the time, my man.
Paul, thanks for having me. It's so much fun. No better way to start an NFL Sunday than here with Boy Green and the Jets.
Yeah, there you go. And shout out to all the people that may be watching this live at MetLife Stadium. We see you. Not literally, but sort of in spirits. Yes, there we go. But how about this in spirit? I know you guys are doing this at the stadium, so let's do it right here, right now. Shout out to the 300 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Again, I'll repeat the story. I'm wearing my Garrett Wilson jersey right now. And I don't know if this is superstitious, justitious, okay? The last time this Garrett Wilson jersey was in the hands of anybody was Garrett Wilson as he was autographing the back of this thing. And ever since, it's just been folded in a bag, just lightly, very nicely folded, so no creases or anything, but just lying in a bag, because eventually I want to frame it, but I wasn't sure what jersey to wear today, and they just called out to me, Paul, wear the Garrett Wilson jersey. I went, okay, football gods, I will. So boom, maybe that will give us some extra juice today. So an autographed Garrett Wilson G5 jersey, G5 blow-up date, perhaps, maybe, happening here on the show. I guess we'll find out, baby. So let's freaking go. I'm fired up. And I think the Jets have a great chance at kicking some ass today. And we'll be with you for 5+ hours today. We'll be on for about an hour here on Boy Green Daily. We've got the 3-4 hour live stream of the game. That's a watch party and live play-by-play. I'll be coming on at 12:50, and we'll be with you for the full game. And once the game ends, we'll give you a few thoughts, and boom, we're jumping over to the post-game show. So 5+ hours of live content. It is youtube.com/boygreen25. We now have over 8,000 subscribers, so thank you to you people out there in the universe who are supporting. Our next big one is, of course, 10,000. So we'll see if we can get there. Floyd Lilly says, turn around and see the autograph. I'm not sure if this is going to be, I don't know if I don't know. You guys have to tell me. Actually, why don't I do this, okay? Let's do the Hep song, and then I'll come back, and then I'll have the jersey taken off and flip it around. I'll do it that way, okay? Hep song, and then your phone calls next. Again, that is youtube.com/boygreen25.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch Jets football with Boy Green. Jets. Let's go.
All right, the phone lines are now open. That's youtube.com/boygreen25. Here you go. Here you go, people. Right there. Let's see if I can do this appropriately. All right. That doesn't show up very well. All right, 1 second, folks. I'm a monkey operating a spotlight over here. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. See if you guys can get this in. Okay. There you go, baby. Garrett Wilson, G-Dub, G5. There we go, right there. Garrett Wilson, by the way, super nice guy. Shout out to Garrett. Shout out to Lou B. He even put me in this private area to go chat with Garrett Wilson, which was super cool. So that was very nice of Lou B to bring me over there. And yeah, I got to chat it up with Garrett Wilson, sign the autograph. Also signed my football too. So I got a double Garrett Wilson autograph. And again, Lou B, shout out to that. He's much taller than me. I couldn't really get it to Garrett Wilson. I needed my booster seat, didn't have that available. So Lou B delivered that for me. And yeah, so the autographed Garrett Wilson jersey, and it's pretty cool. So that will eventually be framed. We're going to have to figure out my framing situation. I have a few jerseys I need to get framed, but hey, for now, it's out there. Like I'm going to be wearing it. So I'll tell you this: if we go to the diner, we normally go to the diner every week for breakfast, of course. I'm not wearing this jersey out. I don't want anyone to spill anything on this beautifully autographed Garrett Wilson, but in the lovely comforts of my own home, that's okay. But let's head over to the phone lines. We've got 300 people in the room. This is a game day episode of Boy Green Daily, which I'm fired up for. Jets, Bills, baby. Let's go. Let's get our first dub of the 2025 season. Let's go to the phone lines. Mr. Famous Fulton here on the show. What's up?
Well,
Mr.
good morning, Paul. How are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. We're about to get ready for rehearsal this afternoon.
Oh, okay, great. What's refresh everyone's memory? What's going on?
Well, I'm getting ready for that rehearsal of Singing in the Rain today.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yep.
Do you feel ready?
I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Okay, that's a big piece of the puzzle, man. Making sure that you're ready for this thing.
Yes, I am. And
do you have the script on you?
Not yet. Probably next week or something like that. I'll let you know. But we're gonna do I think we're gonna do some choreographic. I think that's what we're gonna try to do.
Yeah, choreography.
Okay. Yep. And then we'll probably do the script if we have time. So.
Can you sing a verse of it right now? Is that possible?
I could sing the Singing in the Rain part.
Sure. Okay. Do you have? Can you be on camera? Is that possible?
Yeah. That'd be good. Hold on.
Okay, yep. Go ahead. Yep. All right. Beautiful. So okay. I'll make you full screen here, and then go ahead. Feel free. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at the clouds, so dark up above. The sun's in my heart, I'm ready for love.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Nice job, Mr. Famous Fulton. Wow.
Thank you. Yep.
Congratulations, man. You got some pipes on you, pal.
I sure do. Yep. And we're ready, prepared, and we're going to make this great musical on our hands for November 20th to the 22nd.
All right. Well, pour one out for us. Keep killing it, buddy. And thank you for sharing some of that with us.
Yep. And I'll bring the script. Hopefully I can get it for you and so I can read it to you guys.
All right. Please do. Thanks, Mr. Famous Fulton. Enjoy the day.
You're welcome. Thanks, you too.
There you go. And by the way, big Colts fan. So Indiana Jones. Yeehaw. He's a big Indiana Jones guy. So Colts, way to kick some Dolphins' ass. I'm all for it. Quite frankly, in the division, keep it rolling. Now the Dolphins, Patriots. I hope the Dolphins beat the Patriots, to be honest, because I think the Dolphins stink. So that'd be great for me. But hey, either way, one of those teams is going to lose. Hopefully it's a tie. I'd like them both to lose equally, perhaps. I don't even know if that's the math of it. But nonetheless, let's go back to the phone lines. Great stuff from Mr. Fulton. All right, now NY Jets FL. It's your time to sing, buddy. What do we got?
Hey, Paul, the first thing I thought about is, believe it or not, I'm a worse singer than Mr. Fulton. Quite
Oh,
honestly.
okay. All right. Well, yeah, there you go. Different
I
show.
know I have to stay in my lane. So,
Okay, understood.
I would say, Paul, I got 3 points. Sorry, I just worked out. So,
No, that's right.
3 keys to the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe our offense was semi-limited because of the TJ Watt effect. So, and I'm not saying that we're going to score that many points in this game as we did against the Steelers, but I would say, now we can have runs behind Membu, right? We
That's
constantly
correct.
running. So I would say that may open up things a little bit more indirectly, right? That's my first key. Secondly, be aggressive on 4th down. Don't settle for field goals.
Mhm.
Josh Allen's a unicorn. You can't kill him. He came back against Detroit last year. I mean, you can name it all of his comebacks. He came back against Baltimore. I don't care if it's 4th and 7 from your 35. I mean, what's a 53-yard field goal going to do against a guy like that, right? You really have to pretty much put a dagger on that team, or we're done. And the other key is 7 or 8 minute drives.
Yes.
Really long, sustaining, clock bleeding drives. If we can manage that, I think we have a really good chance to win. I have a high level of confidence we're going to win this game. I think,
As do I.
yeah, I think we're the more talented team other than Allen. I mean, I really do. I mean, maybe I'm delusional, but I mean, I could see with my eyes. Our coaching is much better than past few years. We have much better. I mean, I think with Fields, you have much better quarterback playing than with Rodgers, because you have the run, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
if you go position by position through at all of these different positions here for the Jets, I like Brees Hall over James Cook. Defensive tackle, I'll take Quinnen over Ed Oliver any day. Our edge rushers, I'd take over Buffalo. I like our linebacking core over Buffalo. Corners, I know Bills fans will pound the table for Christian Bedford, but Sauce Gardner is the best corner in all of football. Safeties, we both have safety issues equally. So, yeah, there's a strong case to be made. Sure.
that's all I got. I'm sure you got a lot of callers. Unfortunately, I'm subjected to the Miami Dolphin game here. I don't know what the hell PBS is doing, or else I could watch a stream. And in fact, I may have the cojones today to go to a Buffalo Bills bar
Oh,
around the
wow.
corner. I might be calling in halftime after, during that one.
Hey,
But a quick shout out, Alan Avatal, to you, Alan. If the Jets win, you must call in and bow to the Jets' feet and not the Josh Allen, shrine that you have in your home. Okay, thanks, Paul.
appreciate it. And great points on a couple of those real quick, and then we'll get back to the phone lines. The Jets' game plan was to run away from TJ Watt. So there was not a lot of running toward Armand Membu. It's a lot of left, which, by the way, worked great. So run to the left all you want, Jets, if that's what works. But now without a TJ Watt on the other side, the Bills have fine edge rushers. They don't have a TJ Watt, though. So not that would change your game plan of running left versus right. So I like that. That's a good call out from Indy. I agree with the overall aggressiveness. If you want to beat Josh Allen, you have to score points. Now, in a 4th and 7 from your 32, I'm probably trusting Nick Folk in taking the field goal there. But in a general sense, right? Again, we go back to that. No one talks about this, but on that opening Jets offensive drive versus the Steelers last week on 3rd and 10, the Jets just ran the ball, like clearly waving the white flag on that chair. Like, we're good with a field goal. They can't do that against the Bills. They can't just roll over for a field goal. I'm not saying throw picks, but you have to be aggressive. So that's a really good point too. And let's see. I like it. A lot of great points made there by NY Jets FL that I've not heard all week. So shout out to Ted there as well. Let's get another call in. It's Indy Jets here on the show. What's up, Indy?
Hey, good morning, BG. Good morning, Coffee Club.
By the way, speaking of Indy, we are 78 memberships away, people, for the immortality of Indy Jets. Again, 78. Or actually, well, we've gotten a few today. Let me make sure I correct this. So we're 77. Let me fix my math here. We're 77 memberships away, baby. And if we get 77 more memberships, Indy Jets will be forever immortalized in emoji form. So even if he dies, he will live on forever in emoji form. Forever? I don't know. I don't know the math of it, but I'll tell you that. So 77 memberships, people, and
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
If Brees has another game like he did last week, where he's the bell cow that we thought he was going to be, Braylon Allen didn't do what we thought he could do.
Mm-hmm.
How soon do we start talking getting Brees signed?
It's a good question.
Because
Brees looked real good. I mean, healthy, decisive, fired up. Like, it's a good point. I don't know if I would have thought of it in any sense in the middle of the season, but like looking how this is going. And by the way, real quick, Indy, Austrian Jets fan just gifted 20 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships to help the efforts, baby.
AJF, absolutely.
We're giving a special on game day. We got to go to Kevin James.
Kevin James. I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Oh my goodness. Austrian has 80 raffle tickets this month, and we're now 57 memberships away from Immortal Indy Jets, baby. And here are the 20 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Oh my, we've got a rally happening here in the comment section. Shout out to Jay Cruz, Vero Beach NY Jets, Eli D, Purple Belt Mike, PBM, hey now, Duncan Lloyd, Backwoods Aren't Cool, Andrew Kemp, Timothy Moore, Mr. Business, Hank G, Nixie, Mario Correa, NY Native, Chris NJ75, Bob, Dixon Yass, Stephen James, Milk D 1019 Lib, James Crow, Mr. Chill 211 King. Let's roll. And wait a second. We're not done there, folks. More people are jumping in. For Lillian Big D with a $20 super chat to help those efforts. Whoa, mamacita. Wow. For Indy, let's get him that emoji, baby. That's another 6 to the pile. We're 51 away now. We're
way
cooking.
to support BG, guys. Way to support BG.
And support Indy. Hey, baby, we're getting closer and closer to immortal status for Indy. Let's get him that emoji again, guys. Super chats and memberships both will contribute and getting us closer to those efforts. So 51 memberships away, or the equivalent to moolah, which again, memberships are $3 a pop. So there you go, for Lily. Let's go. We'll add that to your total as well.
Thank you guys. Yeah, and keep supporting. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to this every morning 7:30. What a warrior you are.
Hey, baby, I do it for the people. We're all for the wins, baby. Let's try to see if we can rally this into some dubs here, baby. That would be terrific. For Lily and Big D, 34 raffle tickets so far this month. Again, we are 51 memberships away. Or again, the prerequisite super chats to getting that emoji, and that would mean Snowball would have to go into the lab and work on that Indy emoji, which I can only imagine where we would do, or where that would turn into, or what would happen. So thank you for Lily again. 51 memberships away from that perspective. All right,
and Michael Clemens. One last note: Michael Clemens will get a stat this week.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Josh Allen will run into him. I don't care what he does, let's just hope it's not a penalty.
Yeah, let's hope it's not a penalty. And Indy, unfortunately, I'm going to have to smack you around in fantasy. You're Clemens Lemons. There's no other choice. I have to do what I have to do, my friend.
Well, I gave you the lead early just to give you the weekend to feel good. Yeah. So then the Jets will win. And your fantasy team will lose. So you'll get either way. You'll get the highs and the lows all in one day.
Wow, that would be something for sure. Well, Indy, congrats and good luck, and the rest of this support from the Jets fans. You are one of the key OGs that graces us with your presence on this program. So there you go, 51 away.
And we'll be calling you. At halftime.
Yeah, baby.
Philly and I will be calling in at halftime like normal. In a couple of weeks, we've got the great Dylan Terraman coming in.
Ooh, DT.
So he will be there.
Awesome.
He will be there at Delworth also. So
okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, so that'll be, and so you'll get the Three Stooges calling in at halftime.
Okay, I can't wait for that analysis. That'll be the best stuff of the whole show, I'm sure. So, Indy, let's go, baby.
And one last thing: the guys that run the Charlotte fan club up here, every game we do a 50-50 raffle, throughout the game. They're really big into the Marty Lyons Foundation.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
all the money that they make that they do for the 50-50 drawing all goes to the Marty Lyons Foundation.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, there might even be some ways if any of the Boy Green Coffee Club wants to get in on the 50-50 raffle for each and every game, and help support the Marty Lyons Foundation, which is a wonderful foundation.
Yeah.
Get with BG, and he can get with me. Maybe we can work it out with these guys that lead. If anybody wanted to help support the Marty Lyons Foundation, we'd always appreciate it.
They can never have enough resources for all the wonderful things they do. And shout out to, I know Gotham City Crew also works very closely with the Marty Lyons Foundation and all the wonderful work they do. So, Indy, great message, great words.
All right, man. Thanks. Let's have a great game. Let's go Jets.
There we go. And yes, what Indy is referencing, he says he'll call in later. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, we do a live watch party and play-by-play analysis. Of course, I don't have the TV rights so I can't show the game on the screen, but it'll be projecting behind you guys as I'm watching the game and giving you guys that analysis. You guys will see the ESPN Gamecast and me on the screen at the same time. You guys are also allowed to call into the show and interact live during the game as we watch and react together to the biggest plays, biggest moments, and everything else in between. This is the second straight week we're doing it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to give your criticism, constructive or not. You can just say, hey, Paul, you suck. I'll be like, okay, well, thanks for the comment. So I will take it good, bad, or indifferent, but let me know of other things you guys would like to see. So like I said, for me, I haven't really done this watch party thing before outside of that random one time last season. So I'd love to improve with anything and everything that I'm doing. And I'll try to keep you guys posted because I know we're all going to be watching the game at different times. I'll mention that, I'm sure, during the live cast as well. So I'll keep mentioning where I'm at in the game and you'll see it on the Gamecast. And hopefully we could sort of all time it out together. So if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. We'll be back on for that. Let's go back to the phone lines. We've got another OG, perhaps one of the greatest OGs in Jets franchise history. Neil Sr. is on with us. And is that the beautiful New York Titans jerseys that I love so much?
This is the last time we didn't suck.
Oh, yeah. Let me go full screen here. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Sanchez, baby. Oh, yeah.
I'm going with the Sanchez today,
I like that.
I have a lot of jerseys that are in the trash because, we've sucked so bad the last 15 years. I buy jerseys, and then when they don't work anymore, I throw them in the trash. Wow. This one has a little extra meaning,
Of course.
This December, my son passed at 22, 15 years ago, December. And this was his favorite. This was his jersey. Okay.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
I'm wearing this jersey. It usually hangs. I have a little shrine for him in the corner of my where I watched the game with pictures that we went to the game together and things like that. And I'm putting this one on. Usually it doesn't go on for games, but today I just feel like I want to wear it. I'm supposed to go over to L5 and hump a Josh Allen jersey. I don't know. This is a little ridiculous. What's funny is we all have our superstitions, all of us.
Sure.
Right? We win a game. We want to wear the same thing. We have to put this on. We have to wear those underwear if they're dirty, and it's this and it's that. It's always something, right?
Sure, right.
So,
naturally, yeah.
Look, I have news for everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
What?
It doesn't work.
Are you sure? I don't know. Maybe it could. I don't know.
We got to start something. I just, look, I'm glad to see Alan was back on Jake's show.
I didn't see that. Okay, great.
Yeah, we need the villain back. We need
That's
Alan.
true.
I know he's here. Again, with his takes, I just got to say Ben Johnson, his favorite coach of all time, is not having a great start.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens today. I hope that he has the nerve to come on. Hey, listen, doesn't really matter. Alan, nobody's going to, bite you if you come on after the show and show a little humility. You have to have humility, Alan.
Yes.
Okay. I've done many things in my life on bets on Jet games. You know, I was tarred and feathered once. I had to do this once. I had to dress in a diaper once. I had to. There's a million things I had to do in my lifetime in 56 years of watching this team. That Alan, to come on a show just to say I was wrong. Put that word in your mouth. I was wrong. Alan does not say that word. I was wrong. Anyhow, I'm excited about the game. I'm about to take off. I'm going to be going there.
Okay.
Beautiful day. I mean,
Yes.
God.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's going to be 85.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
So I have
That's true.
you know what I mean? But I don't care. I don't care as long as it's not raining. You know, the rain.
Right. That's a good point. Right. Yeah, that could be miserable. But we do want to share my condolences, of course, Neil, and that's a really cool way to honor your son, man.
It's 15 years. My son's in a better place. I have 3 other children.
That's a cool way to honor your son, though, and I love that for the time in New Jersey, man.
Right. He was one of a kind. You know, again, it is what it is. I'm in the shit club. You know, they call that the shit club. When you lose a sibling, it's a shit club. You know, and it's never easy. I miss him every day. But look, like I said, I have faith, and faith. I know he's in a better place. He's with my father, my mother, his father-in-law, the whole thing, and he's with us. He's been laughing his ass off with my dad about the Jets. You know, one day they're going to tackle the football gods and make us winners. So I hope this is the year because we waited a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. So I'm excited about the game and excited to see everybody in the chat. And I did make a commitment to Briga and some of the other guys that we win today. And I'm headed down to Tampa next week.
Oh, baby.
That's a definite. That's a definite. So we'll see what happens. And that's it. I'm out.
All right. We love you, buddy. And we're thinking about you. I know. Yeah. Time can pass, but the wound still hurts, man. And we're thinking about you. Awesome way to honor your son. I love those New York Titans jerseys. So your son obviously has had great taste. There's no question on those Titan jerseys, baby. So let's friggin' go. Let's do this one for Neil, folks. Let's do this one for Neil, baby. Let's get that win because I want to see the Jets kick the Buffalo Bills' ass. Let's get that win so we could get Neil's ass to Tampa, baby, for the Week 3. Jake Asman and Ricky and NY Jets FL and everybody else is going to be down there for that Tampa game. Let's transport Neil down there. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. Awesome. So super cool. Guys, make sure we have 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Show your freaking support, baby, here on the channel. Again, we have over 8,000 subscribers strong, and now we're chasing 10K, baby. We're trying to get even more, quite frankly, here with the program. Again, here is the lineup today. So we're about to wrap up Boy Green Daily here because we're immediately going to turn it around because at 12:50 for the game coverage, we're going to be on for 3-4 hours for the full game, whatever that is. We'll do a quick comment and boom, we'll be over in the post-game show for all these shows today, or Boy Green Daily, excuse me, the live play-by-play, the post-game. The phone lines are open all damn day long, so fans feel free to call in and interact. And we're 51 membership/super chat contributions. It could be both from getting Indy his immortal emoji. So, folks, make sure you continue to support. We'll be keeping track of that moving forward, which is awesome. So I want to give another big shout-out to Floyd Lilly and Big D, Mother effing Chew, our number one Austrian Jet fan, all you guys, MFC, number one Austrian Jets fan, Floyd Lilly and Big D, for your support and getting Indy closer and closer to that as well, which is awesome. So let's freaking go. Folks, my prediction is this. I think the Jets beat the Buffalo Bills at home. I think they take care of business. I think they do it. I think they win 29-26 over the Buffalo Bills today. That's my prediction. That's what I believe is going to happen, and we're going to enjoy it and walk through all of it together here on the program. Thanks for joining us for a game day episode of Boy Green Daily. Again, we will be back in just a handful of hours for the live play-by-play and watch party as the Jets take on the Buffalo Bills at home. And I hope you guys can join us for that coverage. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed doing this. Thanks, everybody. God bless. Take care. And JETS, Jets, Jets.